Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and in my continuing series of the top 5 snap-on tools for something, today I'm going to do my top 5 snap-on tools I grab when I have to make a road trip or I'm headed out in somebody else's vehicle. It's always nice to be able to trust your friends to carry the right tools, but I don't mind hedging my bets a little bit and bringing a few of my own. I also have toolkits in all my vehicles, but sometimes if I know that there's a chance I may need to use something, I'd rather have the better one than the one I stuck in the car or the truck. And so sometimes when I take off on trips, I have 2 sets of tools, but one's a pretty small set like this, and the other is the full set. And this one also rides up close to the front. So, in no particular order, because it's the order I'm going to pull them out of here, here are my top 5 snap-on tools I make sure to carry on a road trip, especially with somebody else. So number 1, looks like I'm pulling out a socket set. This is a snap-on semi-deep 1/4-inch drive metric set, and here I've got a snap-on longer handled 1/4-inch drive ratchet with 2 extensions, and those all fold up small. So there is my ratchet set that'll get me through most situations. Obviously I'm not going to be carrying a big 1/2-inch set with a bunch of deep sockets, but this is enough to make me feel better, and I've had to use it a few times, and it actually it's kind of nice when you need to jump out and you've got the stuff right there. Alright, next one is a large pair of the Snap-on. This isn't the largest pair they make, there's one bigger, but the Snap-on, this is the 48 ACF. It is the slip joint pliers. This is now big enough beyond the EDC to get some heavier work done. You always need something like that. It comes in handy in almost every job. Feels like I'm going to supplement that. Here is a needle nose plier. This is the Snap-on Talon Grip one, and it has the cutters on them, and that's a good addition at this point. And it's full size. This looks like the 196 CF, and both of those can be used in tandem for projects, but also this is good if you need to work with electronics, smaller stuff, harder to reach stuff. So next one, as you might imagine, a screwdriver, and in this case I'm using the Snap-on ratcheting screwdriver with the adjustable handle, and I've chosen in this case this length of a bit. They make smaller and they make longer, and generally too long isn't always the problem. Keep a good bit on it, and of course you can hear I've got bits in the back. What I like about this, you know, just the sheer size, you can really get a lot of torque on it, and because we're in a vehicle, the weight of the screwdriver is not that big a deal. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is an adjustable wrench. In this case I've moved up larger than the Pack Carry EDC adjustable wrench. Again, I've kept with the wide mouth. This goes out to looks like about 1 3/4 inches. Should be plenty for things. Obviously you're not going to do suspension work or swap out your leaf springs or something like that with these, but for a lot of jobs this is great. Here's your combination right there, or obviously with sockets. This also works for bending things. If you bent in some metal and it's rubbing on a tire, you can use this, wedge it up against there, and then pry the metal away so you can get the wheels rolling. I don't know what you guys do in the back country, but that happens. Rack fixes, and if you had to, dial this in a little bit so it's smoother there, and you've got a bit of a hammer. I don't recommend it, but it'll get you out of a jam. And remember, the moment you pick up the phone to call somebody else, the cost of these tools becomes insignificant. So here are my top 5 Snap-on tools that I bring with me on road trips, whether it's in my vehicle or somebody else's. And with that, Dock out.